This guy just snapped a spoon barehanded, simply because it felt awkward to hold, but nobody around even batted an eye, because to a man named Kaiba, that's something even a dog could do. The next moment, Kaibal started his real performance, and the hard steel turned soft in his grip. Then, it bent completely out of shape. To understand how we got here, we have to rewind 5 hours. A guard suddenly appeared, and interrupted a conversation between a new inmate named Baki and Kaiba. In this maximum security prison, all prisoners must gather each morning. No exceptions, not even for Baki. The guard swung his baton, making it clear, inmates don't get to speak here. Private conversations aren't allowed. But Baki was stunned to see, as Kaiba casually yawned. During the guard's speech, he swaggered right up to the officer, pulled a cigarette from the guard's own pocket, and lit it like it was nothing. Baki couldn't believe his eyes. Another inmate, Tyson, a former boxing champ, wasn't so lucky. All he did was ask Kaiba what he'd eaten for breakfast, and the guards beat him brutally. Lunchtime came. In this place, only Kaiba enjoyed delicious omelette rice. When he got bored, he'd even mess with the guards for fun. He walked up to one officer, pulled out his service pistol, and asked if he'd gotten a new model. Just then, a fly landed on the guard's head. Kaiba said, "We can't have flies where we eat." The guard was terrified, but Kaiba was just joking around. That's the kind of privilege Kaiba had, and some inmates wanted that privilege so badly, they'd challenge Kaiba to prove themselves. One challenger was a giant sumo wrestler named Jack, a former Southeast Asian kickboxing champion, who'd won a world title in just a few fights. He'd ended up in prison after a street fight turned fatal. Jack showed off his special skill. He bent a steel spoon into a fork with his bare hands. Kaiba just smiled. Then he picked up a spoon, and began his own performance. The spoon went soft like noodles in his hands. In seconds, it was completely bent. Jack stared in disbelief. Furious, he flipped the table, sending food flying at Kaiba. Guards rushed over, but Kaiba told them to back off. He had his own way of dealing with people who interrupted his meal. In a flash, Kaiba snatched a guard's pistol, loaded a round, and placed it in Jack's hand. "Go ahead," he said. "Shoot me in the head." Feeling insulted, Jack pulled the trigger, but Kaiba kicked him hard between the legs, making Jack scream in agony. Kaiba smirked. "I gave you a chance," he said. "Beyond 7 steps, a gun's faster, but within 7 steps, my leg's faster." Jack struggled up from the floor, still defiant. So Kaiba proposed a sumo match, Jack's specialty. They moved to the basketball court, with 3 guards serving as referees. As soon as it began, Kaiba locked onto Jack's waist, while Jack grabbed Kaiba's belt. Jack strained with all his strength to lift Kaiba off the ground, but Kaiba didn't budge. Then Kaiba struck back. One slap shattered Jack's eardrum. He plucked a strand of his own hair, twisted it into a fine needle, and inserted it deep into Jack's ear, destroying his cochlea. Jack lost all sense of balance, and collapsed. He tried to stand again, but stumbled and fell hard. In just a few minutes, it was over. Kaiba had won, and for the loser, Jack, there would be only death. Leaving the court, Kaiba ran into Baki. Baki had heard all about Kaiba's reputation. "I want to be like you," he said. "The kind of prisoner no jail can hold." Just then, a guard cut in, but before he could react, his baton was already in Baki's hand. "So tell me, if you were the warden, could you make a man like Kaiba fear you?"